I've always been involved in some kind of farming. I grew up on a homestead in Colorado. My dad grew most of the produce and stuff that we ate. In fact, most of the food that we ate growing up came directly from the garden. So, as long as I can remember, I've always grown something or another, whether it's growing for my dad, growing for my own family, or once I turned 18, growing for myself, and now growing for the entire community. From a lot of people in pop culture and movies and so on and so forth, they think that a farmer is this old man sitting in overalls, having a great big cornfield and stuff, barely getting by. That kind of farming is becoming a thing of the past because we have to change. The practices that we're using, we're literally just throwing on fertilizer, throwing on more fertilizer. And that works for a time. Not to be kind of doomsday about it, but if we don't change our ways now, not necessarily 10 years from now, but quite literally right now, we would have a chance that we might start to save the soil before the 2050. That's why I also think the innovation side of things is so important, because things like my hydroponic pod, I call that farming of the future. It's extremely efficient when it comes to all of our resources. That is literally the future of us farming. Indoor agriculture, controlled environment agriculture. There's 4,000 to 7,000 plants in production at any one point in time, and I use less than 3.5 gallons of water per day. So when it's hot outside, I use no water at all to water 5,000 plants every single day. So much so that plant or that pod will actually produce more water than it can possibly use. And every single week, I have to take about 25 to 40 gallons out of it and find something else to water with it. We had these opportunities where some of the kids and stuff in their after-school programs would actually come and tour my pod. And to see their reaction when they walk in, they meet like, what? This is farming? This is cool, this is technology. And I think that's really important, that passion for growing and the passion that my dad taught me to not only do you grow, but you teach others to do it. You make sure that pass this on, pay it forward kind of thing. It's so much more important to me because I know that what I'm doing at the end of the day makes a difference. I love it, the plants love it too. What we're doing here at Food on the Move is not just something that can be done here. We want to create something sustainable that you could go to any country, any state in the world and just be like, here's what we did. This is how we changed food insecurity. This is how we got people fed. And this is how we're counteracting what's going on with the farming world. We're not just trying to grow food. We're not just trying to make a profit or anything like that. We want to feed people, but we also want that next generation of farmers. When we're trying to teach the new farmers of this next generation and make new farmers, I think it's important to have not just one sect of farming, but every approach possible, and that's why here at Food on the Move, we have our community gardens, we have our traditional outdoor dirt farming, we have hydroponics. Here you can kind of see where we do our microgreens and things like that. And then also we have aquaponics. We want to give you every option available. This is not just a job. This is not just my career that I plan to do until I retire. This is my calling. I genuinely believe I was put on this earth to grow food, to feed people, but also to teach that next generation how to do the exact same thing. Across the street, we're actually creating a 10,000 square foot greenhouse. So that way we can create the exact environment we want to grow our crops and grow bigger yields all the time. And we will not have a growing season at all. We're gonna make everything exactly the way it should be and then grow an amazing amount of produce through that. But it also is gonna be an educational facility. And built into that is an entire classroom of just how to train the next generation of farmers. The only way we're going to change things is by getting new farmers in, new ideas, changing the entire way that we look at agriculture, and then going with a new practice, a new way forward.